like SEO for startups. So this week, the video we're going to focus on is, well, how to rank in the Google answer box. This has all been brought about by a recent study that came out, right?
Yeah, so essentially there was a study done a while ago. It was actually featured on the Spark Toro website, but it was actually conducted by a company called JumpShot. Essentially what it does is it tests user behaviour when they do a search within Google, and then what they then go on to do afterwards. And what it found was that overall devices, around 50% of all of the searches that people do in Google don't result in a click on an actual result, which is obviously quite high. This actually got a lot higher within mobile searches, which jumped up to around 62%, I think. So it's really high. You're going to think that only 40% of searches are actually going to result in clicking on an actual link. So. Yeah. So a couple of reasons really why, and this is one that we wanted to cover.
Yeah, and I guess, to put it into context, I bet if you were wound back 10, 15 years ago when Google started, 100% of searches would have resulted on someone clicking on a link, because that's what Google is, right? It's a search engine that provides links. Whereas now it provides so much information that you don't actually have to go outside of Google to get the answer that you want. Yeah. Such as like what time it is, or what's the weather, or even more specific stuff that we can start to utilise for SEO. So yeah, what we want to go through today is one of the biggest reasons it's dropped is when Google released what we call the answer box. So you might notice position 0, featured snippet.
Yeah, it's got loads of all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So when you do some keyword searches, sometimes Google, instead of showing you listings first, it gives you what we call an answer box, where what it's done is it's taken information from one of those organic listings and compacted it into a box so that you can almost get the answer without having to click on a website. And that's called a Google answer box.
Yeah, I mean, part of the reason that they've done this as well is the evolution of voice search. Yeah. So if people are asking, they've got Alexa or they've got Google Now or Google Home or whatever it's called now, and they ask a question, they want to be able to Google wants to be able to return a result, reading it out essentially. Yeah. And by having this sort of information and being able to pick this sort of information from websites, it can do that without having to rely on an actual website itself.
Yeah. So what we want to do today is talk to you about how you can optimize your web pages, your blog mainly, so that you can get this answer box. Because you don't need to be at position 1 in order for Google to put you here. You can be anywhere on that first page. Sometimes even the second page. Yeah. Not really, mainly the time. But you can be anywhere and get in this box and almost like jump start up to position 0.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I've done an example here. So go to Google and search, why should I do SEO? You're going to get an answer box that pops out. And this is what it will look like. You'll have the question at the top, or the answer. Some information that will appear. So this might take the form of a list, it might be a paragraph, it might be a table. You're then going to get extra little bits and an image at the top. So we're going to go through how you can optimize your blog post so that Google can get these bits really, really easy, then you've got more chance of appearing there.
Yeah. So first on the list is all around the actual answers to the question. So make sure on your blog post or your page, you actually answer the question that's being asked within your heading. So this could be the main heading, but it could also be a secondary heading as well. It doesn't have to be the first heading on the page, but make sure that you answer a question that someone may ask using the content within your heading tag on the page.
Yeah, I suppose, I guess maybe not answer, but at least relate to it, right? So this is like, why should I do SEO? The heading they have is 12 reasons why you need SEO. Yeah. And then it talks about it. So the next bit is list, but really what we're talking about here is just the format. Google loves formatted information. Yeah. Right, and a list, whether it's got a 1, 2, 3, we call that an ordered list, or just bullet points, that's an unordered list, is a great way for Google to show information in this. So if you've got a question where you could like break it down into steps, then make sure that you have that heading that talks about the question, and then you provide your answer in steps. If that's what if you can do, because Google loves to show that. Yeah. Other forms you can do are like a table, right?
Yeah, and paragraphs.
And just a paragraph as well.
Lists do tend to be the most common from what we've seen, and from data that's been done by, I think, Branded 3. They did some audits on it as well, and lists do tend to be the most common that get picked up, but there are other forms as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So do your research, see what they're already doing.
Obviously, they, as we touched on, they love lists, so it will often list information like bits like more items, more information, read more, that sort of stuff, and then that would then link through to your website. So you could give people a bit of information initially, and then they go through to your website then afterwards to get more. Yeah. The next one on the list really is actually around date. So they love recent content, fresh content. So make sure you've actually got your date on your blog posts. Not every site does.
No.
So put your date of when that article itself was published. That way Google can get a good understanding of when that article was posted, and they then can see if you've got fresh content basically.
Cool. And then final one, image. So they sometimes will pull through an image from your actual blog post. So for these guys that ranked here, they pulled through an image from the page, and that image itself had the keyword why you need SEO or businesses need SEO in the file name of the image and within the alt text of the image. So all of that is just telling Google how relevant they are for when someone searches that and when they need to provide an answer box. So yeah, that's kind of a quick checklist based on here, but we've got some other tips to help you get into the answer box.
Yeah, so go through and actually choose a question that people ask.
Yeah.
So this comes down to a lot of keyword research, and Hike gives you some information on that as well. You can do kind of content topic generator, and we'll give you some information on different questions people may ask for pieces of content. So have a look using that. It's normally a good start, and just make sure that if you do think there's a question people ask, then search it. We come on to that a tiny bit more.
Yeah, I mean, Hike will help. So you can do it via the content topic generator. It will show you the hows, the wheres, the whats, and also from the competitors.
Yeah.
Answer the question succinctly. So Google likes, you need to really answer the question as quickly as possible, whether it's in a bullet point list or if it's in a paragraph. Have your heading asking the question, and then actually answer it as quickly as you can. Within 100 words it seems to perform the best from the studies that have been done. So yeah, make sure that you're very succinct and it's very clear. So then Google will go, do you know what? I will show this on the page because you know what? It does actually answer it in a really quick, short time period.
Yeah. Next one, do your research. And we say this with any keyword research that you're doing. Search the keyword in Google, search the question in Google, and see if there's actually an answer box there. You can sometimes get an answer box further down the line, even if there's not one there at the minute, but you probably don't want to spend a large amount of time if Google doesn't potentially see that search needing an answer box.
Yeah.
You may put a lot of time into it and not actually get an answer box at the end of it anyway. So do your research, have a look on your kind of different keywords that you think may be beneficial, put it in there and have a search. We will again highlight certain keywords in Hike and tell you whether they're informational or transactional. Informational ones, a lot of the time, will return an answer box, but yeah, double check.
And then finally, I kind of touched on it before, but look for the hows, the whys, the whats within your competitors' keywords. So using Hike, for example, go into the competition, look at your competitors. You know, you can filter by those. You can go into the content tool, have a look at the competitors, and then it'll actually filter by those automatically. So you can see, okay, what questions are your competitors ranking for? Search them in Google. Are they doing an answer box? Can you do a better job? Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's everything.
Well, no, one final thing I want to throw in here.
Careful. He hasn't written down the board, so my apologies.
Is, do you think this answer box will Google ever become a no-click? Like, everything will be returned in Google?
No, only because they can't, in terms of like verticals like e-commerce and stuff like that, they can't return products and have you actually buy the product without going to the site to complete the purchase.
Or just return one website.
Exactly.
It's unfair, like, whatever it is.
Yeah, so they won't become a whole no-click platform.
Yeah.
And to be fair, at the point that they're at now, there is a potential that it won't kind of go much further.
I agree, I think there's a ceiling.
Yeah, because I mean, when we've done research on what keywords that within our database are transactional and informational, we've got quite a lot of transactional keywords in there still, so Google aren't picking up this sort of stuff for every keyword that you search. So it's not the end of the day for SEO, don't worry, there's still a lot that you can do.
Well, yeah, you still want to get in there.
Exactly,
even if there is just a single result.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, that's it.
All right.
So yeah.
All right. So
awesome. What I'll do, we'll pop the link to the study within the comments. It's a bit in depth, but people may want to have a look. And yeah, that's it.
Cool. All right. Have a great weekend, Doug. Bye.